Yo. It is your boy Jet Sanders here. And we got something to talk about today. And I've been kind of keeping up with the whole Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano thing. So I'm about, why not keep covering this shit, bro? Because you know what? I'm hyped for this fight. I'm more hyped for this fight card than I am for the White House card. And I'll be real with you guys. And, you know, politics aside, Topuria versus Gaethje is a fucking tough fight. That's a tough fight, bro. But they were doing it for any other reason other than what they're doing it for, I'd be behind it. But because of the circumstances that we are currently under, I can't back that shit. I can't support that. But here we go. We got Ronda Rousey fired up, ready to go. She is ready, man. I'll tell you what, I have not seen Ronda this hype since she was at her peak, when she was calling out Floyd Mayweather to fight and shit. And of course, we got our boy Nate Diaz high as a motherfucker in the goddamn press conference. You know this dude high. He said, we got a big task at hand like 3 or 4 fucking times. But you know, he's there. You can tell he got paid good because he ain't talking as much shit as he usually does. If it was UFC, you know, he'd be like, man, fuck this shit. I don't fucking be here. Get your shoes. And fuck this shit. And then he fucking storm off throwing water bottles and shit. But he'd be cool. He's cordial. You know, you notice when he's in these big dollar promotions that he's all chill. So, and then we got our boy Mike Perry on stage, man. And not only is Mike Perry there, but he's showing love with the Diaz shirt on, showing them love, letting them know, like, man, y'all the pioneers, y'all the reason why, you know, I am who I am type shit. So, you know, a little slight glazing from Perry to homeboy to what's his name, Diaz. So, you know, he's excited, he's ready to fight. He looks at the Diaz brothers as heroes, as people to, you know, be like. So that's cool type shit. And of course, we had to get Ariel to do a little slight glazing on Felipe Lins, because nobody really knows, bro. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know, bro. I don't think I ever seen the bro fight. I had to look him up, and I don't even know who he fought. He's fought some dudes before in the UFC. So, but you know, they had to give him a little hype, little hype for a minute, and then literally at the 9-minute mark in this video, the fucking camera cuts in front of fucking Lens, just so you can't even see, bro, while he's sitting there trying to talk, and he's like giving like props to his people and shit. And he's all like, I'm gonna try to go in there and get it done. And then his dude Nugano is all like, you're gonna need a gun. And so everybody starts laughing. It's all cool, you know. Everyone's like, all right, I bet. Like, Nugano over there fucking just whispering shit. And then Mike Perry, Nate Diaz, they go and talk they shit, you know. Mike wants to knock him out. And Diaz tells him, man, you're gonna have to fucking kill me, man. You gotta kill me, bro. So, but they fighting for the BMF / King of Violence. You know, they need to have some sort of name over them, so that way they fighting. And Perry kind of threw it out there because Ariel was like, we should make a belt for this. What would we call it or whatever? And Perry's like, we fighting for the RNS belt. And if you know, you know. If y'all don't know what that means, you know, I ain't gonna fucking explain it to y'all. If y'all don't know, y'all don't know. It's just simple as that. But, yeah, dog, so they ready, and Francis, of course, too, he said, I'm ready, I'm excited, so he's in the background, he's excited, he's ready to go. Of course, Ronda starts to go off again about how she's happy to be back, how she's doing this for her and not just for the fans, and, you know, before she felt like an obligation to the fans when she didn't want to be there. And so I think just telling by the shoulders on that girl, she gonna fucking put in some work. And, you know, they stand there for a minute, they start glazing, and that's one of the things they do talk about is how they look. Man, Gina look crazy good, boy. But I'm sad for her because Ronda looks, fuck, bro. Ronda's shoulders, oh my God, dude. But, yeah, they sit there, they glaze each other for a little bit, you know. They kind of hype each other up because that's what legends do, man. You know, they respecting each other. And they over there like, oh, you know, women's fights should be main eventing. They shouldn't. There should be more main event fights for them. I mean, why wouldn't there be? And then Ariel the Worm comes out of nowhere and throws a curveball at Ronda. I think he did this to kind of get the shit going a little bit more because everybody was being real nice to each other. Everyone loves each other up on stage. But then he talks about how Kayla Harrison had called Ronda Rousey and what's her name, Gina Carano's fight irrelevant. Now, as an MMA fighter fan, as an MMA fight fan, when you look at cards like this, to me at least, I don't see irrelevancy. I see this as an opportunity for another organization to grow. As a fan of the sport for so long, I've always wanted something other than the UFC to run to, because there's ONE FC and there's Bellator and all this stuff, but I just felt like it didn't have that same hit impact, and like now you got, and it sucks that it takes retired UFC guys to go over, but that's kind of what you need, is a name to build off of. So I'm excited for it. I've been waiting for another promotion to come and take that goddamn mantle. So Ronda and Gina, they go off on fucking Kayla, talk about how are we irrelevant when you're not even main eventing in your fights. You want to talk about the biggest women's fight between you and Nunes, but y'all are co-maining that fucking fight night, which is true. It's true. She called her out. She burned her ass. Everybody was like, yo, that's true. That's true. And then Ronda goes and tops it off with the whole like shit. You ain't even making what I made when I got started. Like, you wish you was. So she's like, man, you either undervalued or underappreciated or some shit like that. But like, boy, she went off on her. She went off on Kayla, as she should. And of course, Ariel, the fucking worm that he is, goes and takes credit for fucking bringing that part of her out. Like, bro, get your fucking cornball ass out of here, man. And then, of course, he goes on and to be like, all right, it's Nate Diaz's and Gina Carano's birthday. We got to sing happy birthday. And they start singing happy fucking birthday. And, of course, it's kind of cheesy after that point. It kind of got cheesy after that. After Ronda's rant, it just kind of died down. But then, our girl, man, Gina Carano, she been jamming some motherfucker. She been jamming that Pimp C because she trying to knock some doors down, homie. She said, we knocking those down. They said, they knocking those down, boy. So, man, I'm excited for this fight card. Nate Diaz, this dude, he high as fuck. He's up there. He's talking about, man, you didn't get paid. You gotta say more fuck you type shit. And, like, I ain't gonna lie, Perry looks a little intimidated up there with him. I think whenever he called it, he told him, he was all like, you gonna have to kill me, bro. And, like, Perry was like, oh, shit. Like, this dude's a gangster. So, it's a trip. After that, they did their little face-offs. Francis didn't really have much to say other than, the same shit he been saying about the fighters. We are the free fighters. We are the freedom fighters. Just looking at it, bro. But, yeah, it's sick. It's cool. I'm more hyped about this. I don't give a fuck about Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. Honestly, bro. I could care less. I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it, and I'll do a recap video, but I don't want to do no fucking prediction video on that one. I don't care. I think Mike Malott's going to lose. How about that? I think Gilbert Burns is going to beat Mike Malott. And I also think that Charles Jourdain is going to beat fucking Kyler Phillips. So, I don't care about that card. I don't care who's fucking winning or who's not winning, because I don't care about that card. I don't. I just don't. I don't. So, but fuck. I'm hyped for this one. I'm hyped for this Netflix card. So, we'll see, man. I think, in my humble opinion, I think that Ronda's going to get the win here. I think she's going to get a first-round submission. I think Nate Diaz is also going to submit Mike Perry. And Francis Ngannou is going to fucking slime Felipe Lins out. Like, bro, come on now, bro. Come on. But, other than that, there's a lot of cool fights on there. I'm also really hyped for the Makayev and what's his name? Adriano fight. That's gonna be such a good fight. So I'm hyped. I'm ready. But anyways, that's it. That's all. Y'all like to subscribe. Y'all leave me a comment and y'all let me know what y'all think about this fight card. Cause in my humble opinion, this is more stacked and more entertaining. This shit looks exciting to me, bro. I'm more hyped for this than the fucking White House. Just straight up like that. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And until next time, peace.